know, there's so many people who want to just, who don't understand this network of Islamism, as a, you know, this jihad, its history, the depth of it, the widespread nature of it, the different heads of this hydra. You know, very, very important to know what we're dealing with. And I'm really, and Israel is fighting this. They're right in this vortex. They're surrounded by enemies. And we must know that we must respect that understanding that we are really having to defend ourselves from this. And if we look the other way or play the dangerous game of saying, well, we just have to be understood, or there's something we need to do to appease this energy, we're in a lot of trouble. We have to understand what we're doing. So anyway.
Do you think the pressure on Israel is justified? The external pressure from the U.S. is justified to create a Palestinian sovereignty, a hostile entity alongside it?
Israel, you know that it's so dangerous that they're surrounded. It's a small state, and they're surrounded by huge land masses and filled with enemies wanting to destroy Israel, the state of Israel, and all Jews. Their battle is quite amazing, and they had 7 wars in the last 60 years of their existence. 7 wars. So it's amazing what they've done. They've translated a barren land. It's created an oasis of what was a barren land in a very short period of time, and created a democracy, a real democracy in this land immediately. There's nothing parallel to this in the modern world. Just visiting Sderot, which I did, this small community, which has been the victim of continuous bombing of these Qassam rockets, these homemade rockets that are thrown into this little community. And it looks like an American town, except there's nobody on the streets, because everybody is afraid of these continuous rockets. They have 17 seconds to get to shelter once they know the rockets are incoming. So,
you think the mainstream media is doing a fair job at representing Israel fairly?
I don't think so, because I don't see any of that information being given to the American public, or even the focus of coverage in Israel. Everybody's walking in eggshells instead of just saying what is. It's really important to recognize the focus of this, to focus on this energy that they have, which is against Israel and against the United States, against the West. It's Israel coming from Hamas, it's coming from Hezbollah, that's coming from Iran, it's coming from Qaeda. It's many heads, but it's this very dangerous, suddenly evil force that has erupted in recent history, the last decades.
And do you think the U.S. ought to be giving Israel more credit, more support, and less pressure?
Yeah, I do. I think that we've got to back them. This is a democratic state. Our friend, in the middle of all this chaos, they have this democracy, stability in that area of the world, and they're our true ally. So we should be behind them 100%. And I must say, it was there at the moment when our president gave his support to Israel in a very, very extraordinary way. The things he said, you know, when 13 million, just 13 million Jews in the world. Unbelievable tribute. And he said, when you're fighting, defending yourself, it won't be 13 million, it will be 313. In other words, we're behind you. And that was a great moment in Knesset, a very historic moment. And that wasn't carried on our news stations. Quite remarkable.
Only the appeasement part was...
They just... I don't know what happened. I don't know in this translation. Very unfortunate that the coverage isn't appropriate.
Are you inferring that you think there's a misunderstanding on the part of the press?
There's a gender-driven press. They don't want to give support to the president, and in this case, to support for Israel. Something's wrong.
I know.
Do you like the blogosphere? Do you get your news from the
blogosphere? Thank God for the blogosphere. So some of this information can be